Hey guys, welcome back to another special Father's Day edition of All-Star Sports. Rob, happy Father's Day.
Thank you, sir. Good to be here with you.
And we want to wish our producer of All-Star Sports, Benji, a very happy birthday. A shout out to him. Thank you, Benji.
Thanks for all you do behind the scenes.
And let's get to our first topic. So, Anthony Davis of the New Orleans Pelicans gets traded to the Los Angeles Lakers for Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and 3 first-round picks, including the no 4 pick in Tuesday's NBA draft. Rob, who do you think came out on top in this trade, the Pelicans or the Lakers?
It's a good question. I think both teams got what they wanted. But, man, New Orleans got a lot. 3 number 1 picks, all those players to build around with the number 1 pick in this year's draft, Zion Williamson. It is going to be an exciting team to watch in New Orleans. Anthony Davis wanted to play for the Lakers. I'm surprised the Lakers gave up this much, but they got what they wanted. They paired superstar with LeBron James. Should be pretty interesting. What do you think the Lakers are going to do to build their team up around these 2 guys?
Well, I think the Lakers think of it as a mini success because they did not have to get rid of Kyle Kuzma, one of their best prospects, a young and up-and-coming player. But I'm just a little bit confused on the topic where Dan Gilbert, the general manager of the New Orleans Pelicans, said that he wanted to try to keep Anthony Davis. I don't know if this was a deal the Pelicans just couldn't turn down or what.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it seems like he was ready to unload him before the draft. So we'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to watching New Orleans next year with some young talent, and we'll see what the Lakers can do.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to this Tuesday's NBA draft, which we will bring up later. And now as we get into our second topic, the Women's World Cup, Rob. Who is your prediction to win the Women's World Cup?
Well, I got to go with my team, the USA women's team. They certainly had an impressive start to the World Cup. It's exciting to watch them. It's fun to see a USA team that's really competitive. But there's a lot of good teams, a lot of good talent out there. How about you? Who's your pick?
I'm also going to pick the U.S. women's national team. I was kind of debating between the U.S. women's national team and France. Actually, France is where the World Cup is taking place this year. But there's a lot of great talent in the Women's World Cup this year, including Alex Morgan on the U.S. women's national team, Kari Lloyd on the U.S. women's national team, and a bunch of other great players on the U.S. women's national team. And I think their level of talent will just bring them to win the World Cup.
Let's see what happens, but I hope you're right.
And now we are getting to the NBA championship that was just decided a couple days ago. Let's jump into it. Rob, do you think the Raptors deserve to win this NBA championship?
I absolutely do. We the North, and I really do think that despite the injuries to the Warriors, that's part of the game. The Raptors deserve a lot of credit, and they took a big chance by bringing Kawhi Leonard in, who said he really did not want to be in Toronto. And boy, he cemented his status as, if not the top player in the league right now, one of the top 3. So I absolutely think that they deserve it, and I'm happy for all the fans, the long-suffering fans of the Raptors, who've been eliminated by my favorite team, the Cavaliers, in previous years. This year, they really made it happen, so congratulations to Toronto. What about you?
Well, first of all, I just want to say KD getting injured and Klay Thompson getting injured, that's just a series of unfortunate events for the Warriors. KD came into the finals injured, so we all knew he wasn't going to play. But Klay, it was devastating. But with KD, I want to talk a little bit about this injury. He suffered a calf injury coming into game. He played in Game 5. He was listed as questionable, but he ended up playing. And he tore his Achilles early into the second quarter, which is a humongous blow for the Golden State Warriors for next year and for maybe following years,
Yeah, it's tough. It changes the landscape of who could win the West next year. Our thoughts are with Kevin Durant. We wish him the best. We know he's a guy that has taken a lot of heat for whether or not he was going to be in Golden State next year, but we wish him all good things in his recovery, and we know he'll be a force to be reckoned with for many years to come.
Yeah, and I just want to talk a little bit about this Klay Thompson injury. In the last game of the NBA Finals, Game 6, Klay Thompson tore his ACL into the third quarter. Does this change anything about your perspective of Klay leaving Golden State?
I think if anything, it's more likely he stays and probably signs a long-term deal. He's always wanted to stay in Golden State. He's a great player. Man, what a great Game 6 he was having before he got hurt. What a shame. But I think it cements the idea that he'll stay in Golden State.
Yeah, and now we move on to the NBA draft.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just talk about this. So we explained a little bit earlier on, the Pelicans now have the first overall pick in the NBA draft and the fourth overall pick in the NBA draft. Who are your projections that the Pelicans are going to take with the no one overall pick?
Well, I think it's the presumptive favorite is Zion Williamson. Who they take at number 4 is more of a debate. And they may not keep that pick. They may flip it. I think there'll be a lot of activity between now and draft day. So I think, in my mind, the first 3 picks are kind of cemented. What do you think?
I'm thinking, so let's see. The Pelicans have the first overall pick. The Memphis Grizzlies have the second overall pick. And the New York Knicks had the third overall pick. The New York Knicks, they wanted the first overall pick. So I think it's a disappointment. Even though they did get the third pick, they really wanted that one pick. My projection is that for the top 5 is that the no 1 overall pick will be Zion, the no 2 overall pick will be John Morant, and the no 3 overall pick will be R.J. Barrett, the no 4 overall pick will be Jarrett Culver, and the no 5 overall pick for our team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, will be Cam Reddish.
Ooh, I like it. You heard it here first. Let's see how that stacks up on draft day, but good call. I like the forecast.
Okay, and now a little baseball action. Edward Encarnacion goes to the Yankees, but where he was previously from the Mariners. This season, he's leading the American League in home runs. How big of a deal do you think this will be for the Yankees?
Well, I think it's great because I think that they're going to have, if you're a Yankees fan, you have one more big bat in the lineup. And it looks like the Mariners are just tearing things down and getting rid of their talents. So great for the Yankees. Mariners fans may have to be patient. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that the Yankees, they've had Didi Gregorius come back, which was huge for them, and they're just ripping through it. I think it might be a little bit of a struggle for them with the Twins in their division. They're a great team too. And then there's also the Dodgers in the National League who are great too. But I think the Yankees team can do this. They're a very talented team, even though they did not sign Dallas Keuchel or Craig Kimbrell. They're still a great team, and I'm looking forward to them playing in the World Series.
Me too. It's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. It's a long season ahead of us. We're not even at the All-Star break yet.
And our last topic is St. Louis Blues win the Stanley Cup 4 games to 3 games over the Boston Bruins. And this is very interesting to me because at one point, the St. Louis Blues were the worst team in the NHL. So
yeah, a big turnaround. What a great turnaround. And the fact that St. Louis has never won the Stanley Cup before, what a great thing for St. Louis Blues fans and for St. Louis as a city. Congratulations to the Blues. It's exciting to watch that.
yeah, especially with the Rams going to L.A., moving from St. Louis to L.A. I think St. Louis needed it. Great win for them. I'm very happy for the city of St. Louis and the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah, really exciting series, and congratulations to the St. Louis Blues.
And now let's get into our trivia question.
Oh, I love this part of the show.
Our trivia question for today is, who is the only player to lead his league in homers more season than Mike Shipman in 1995? Mike Shipman led the league in home runs. Who is the only player to lead his league in homers more seasons than him? A, Ralph Kiner, B, Babe Ruth, C, Barry Bonds, or D, Harmon Killebrew? Make sure to post your answer down in the comment section below. We're all great show today.
Thank you,
happy
sir.
you were here with me. And we will see you next time on All Star Sports.
Thank you, guys. Goodbye.